What's up, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this evening. I know everybody has been as entertained as I have been this evening. Shout out to the sector for all of the information that has come out today. And my motherfucking my child. We got so much tea to go over with these receipts that came out tonight. It is not even funny. Shout out to Ray Triggs, one of my new moderators out here. I do have Triggs on here with an actual wrench. He most definitely has gained that wrench. And I most definitely gave him one because I don't ever want him to think that he is not comfortable around here in these YouTube streets. Okay. So shout out to Triggs. I do got you geared up with a wrench. You are now a standard moderator out here. You're not a full moderator, but you are a standard moderator. So welcome to the fold. Guys, we have so much information to get into, from everything that happened on Triggs show to everything that also happened on Rev G show as well. Not Rev G, on a drama show as well. Okay, about Rev G. Yes, we got to get into all of this hot tea. But shout out to all of y'all for being in the building. Make sure that you guys do hit the like button on the way in. I truly appreciate everybody for being here, okay? But child, this is so much tea. Like, I don't even know where to begin with all of this stuff because there is so much. So I probably will be trying to wait for this quote unquote epic show that Breaking the Culture will be doing allegedly tomorrow. We're going to go over that. We're also going to go over her community wall that she just recently posted. Shout out to the chat that was over in Drama Show because they brought it to our attention that AAS and Breaking the Culture have already began a campaign to distract the sector on all the bullshit. Okay, so we're definitely going to go over that. We're going to go over the Me and Mine's receipts, everything that happened with that. And just so many other things that came out. There was so many moving parts to all of this, but we are going to get all into all of this hot topics right now. So go ahead and bear with me, guys. Shout out to Teresa for being in the building. Truly appreciate you for being in today. Child, all the stuff that came out today was definitely a redemption for you, for redemption for Redbone, and a redemption for y'all's relationship with Ray. That was definitely some great stuff that came out. We're going to go over all of that stuff. Miss Murph, I truly appreciate you out here handing out the vests. Appreciate you being in the clouds today. Clark, as always, appreciate you. One of my favorite loungers in the building. Appreciate you being in the building. What's happening, Redbone? One of my favorite loungers and moderators in the building, as well as member. Truly appreciate you being out here today. Child, all the stuff that came out today, girl. We're going to get into it. What's happening, Keeper? I appreciate you being in the building, all in the clouds. Appreciate you today. And you said again, damn my opinion, brother-in-law on standby. Discovered. Child, listen. You said hello, T Pre and everyone. What's up, Karma52? I appreciate you being in the building. Epic lives today. I mean, it was an epic Friday out here in this sector. I knew it was going to be some shit, but child, like, I had no idea it was going to be that heavy. Okay. I mean, it was heavy as hell over there on Triggs Live today. Okay. Shout out to Alan Logic. I appreciate you being in the building tonight. You said all the tea. Yes, we got all the tea up in here tonight, y'all. Ray Triggs, appreciate you being in the building, my newest moderator out here, and has been welcomed to the fold of the loungers. Truly appreciate you. And you and Alan are going to get along, okay? That's just what it's going to be. But shout out to you and that epic show that you put on for us tonight. I hope that you will either leave the live up for at least 24 hours so I can get it recorded, or you can just send a link to me And I will go ahead and do a full review on the show. There's a lot of things I want to break down in particular, but I wasn't, I just wasn't in a position tonight to write all that stuff down. I was kind of working at the same time. So, but I was listening and I heard everything, and it was so much, Ray, that I really do want to go over on that show. But shout out to you for having the show and really making it pop off for the sector tonight. Truly appreciate that. Beautiful. I appreciate you being in the building as well. And Clark, you said hot tea, child. We got a lot of hot tea up in here tonight. Glow, I truly appreciate you as well for being in the building. And Defrauding, I appreciate you as well. You said this Friday really opened up stuff. It absolutely did. There was so much stuff that just came out today. And I don't even know if this was all intentional, right? I think some of this stuff wasn't even intentionally meant to come out, but it came out this way, and it's unfortunate for some people. But we'll go ahead and get into all of this stuff. You said I'll send a link to you on YouTube, Headed to the Clouds. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And Karma, you said, hey to Glow, beautiful keeper, and Clark. Defrauding says, I was sleep on and off earlier from a hard day's work. However, it sounds like we got them. Child, we most definitely got a lot of people. So let's go ahead. Well, a few people. Let's go ahead and get into all of these topics. Redbone says, great show. And Glogo says, hey to Karma 52. Now, I think I want to start off with, let me see. I've got some notes wrote down here. So one moment, guys. Yeah. So it definitely has been proven at this point that Breaking the Culture is the one that has been fully responsible for all these things. As I mentioned earlier today and in other videos, she is the one that came jumping out the window with information claiming that she had, all these recordings of what was going on with propane and so forth and so on. But I had always said, right, and I made it very clear to Binary and to everybody else that, with even if you want these things to be true, the one thing that she did not have was the actual truth, right? She didn't have the actual relationships that these people have with Ray. She wasn't aware of the dynamics of these relationships. She didn't know how many times Ray had actually spoken with Propane. She didn't know the dynamic of how much they had shared with one another. Those were things that kind of hurt her when she was telling this story, right? If she had stuck to like basics and stuff, she might have even gotten away with it. But it was the fact that she kept adding all these details to it, right? Which is what made it so bad in regards to the propane situation and made it so easy to see through. Particularly when Ray was able to show us the remainder of the text messages between them that she had so easily and so kindly left out, right? Where he had said, hey, did you hear that? And why didn't you say anything? All of that would have definitely put context to what was going on, even though we already had the context and we were aware. But the fact that she left that out just shows how deceitful she really is. What really got to me, right, was was just the whole idea of how long she had been sitting on this information about Eyes Antonia, right? And it had, we had already been aware of how egregious it was on how she got a hold of that information and so forth. But I think it just really drove it home tonight, just how egregious it was because of how much time she had spent looking into Eyes information and using that information just simply because Eyes was talking shit about her, and Eyes was repeating what other people have said about her in multiple spaces. And so because of that, that demonic spirit in her was so dead set on trying to harm her that she attempted to find her information and find several family members' information as well. Shout out to Redbone for the $10 super sticker. Truly appreciate that, sis. Definitely appreciate that. And yes, RNT, this is most definitely a safe space. Yes, she intentionally left that part out of it, right, Clark, just so that, hey, Divine 7, just so that we would be deceived, in this conversation, so that we wouldn't, look twice at it, and we would just automatically assume that this man was wrong. What I don't understand about Breaking is how she thinks that it's possible to just speak nonsense about people and attempt to ruin people's lives, and there's no consequences to any of that. Like, she's just supposed to just go around and just do all this stuff, and everybody's just supposed to ignore how egregious this behavior is. It made me look up a little bit of information about narcissism, right? Because I know, shout out to the Godfather as a therapist who has spoken on this multiple times. But and also Samba Queen has also spoken on this. Shout out to her too. But I just want to tell you guys what I found about this. And I'm not diagnosing this girl, right? But I just want to kind of get to a question. And it was a question of whether or not narcissists ever believe that they're ever wrong about anything. Like, can a narcissist ever come to an idea, that they're actually ever wrong about anything? You know what I mean? And it says, unlike most people, narcissists do not engage in should, and this is quote, should counterfactual thinking. Okay. The process of analyzing past mistakes and imagining what should have been done to avoid them. Instead, they assume that any mistakes were unavoidable because they don't believe they could have been at fault. So a person who has narcissistic personality disorder, this is what they show, okay? That, they just literally assume that anything that could be deemed a mistake is something that was completely unavoidable because they are just not wrong in the situation, no matter what happened, no matter what's going on, okay? Somebody who doesn't have the ability, I'm sorry, can everybody hear me? Because you're saying sound. I'm not muted and I'm a part of the show. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, let me know. If not, put a 2. Somebody, anybody? Okay, everybody can hear. Okay. All right, so let me just go ahead and finish. I'm not sure what's going on, in my opinion. Just go ahead and check your sound. But everybody's saying the sound is good. So either way, let me get back to what I was trying to say. So a narcissist just literally assumes that they cannot make any mistakes and that they don't do anything wrong, okay? I want to make that clear while we go over and pay attention real quick to Breaking the Culture's community wall, because I found it funny. I wasn't even paying attention to it until someone in the chat had mentioned it in Drama Show, that Anti and Breaking were all suddenly went on this campaign to, again, try to distract everybody and have everybody thinking that everybody else is crazy and not them, right? But we got some very damning information tonight. And one of them was the fact that, well, let's get into this first. She says, and she said this about an hour ago on her chat. She said, it's a lot of air blowing, mansplaining, receipt, non-receipts, threats, distractions, and smoke and mirrors. I'm not impressed, but please continue. Motherfuckers did exactly what we said they would. Let's see what these receipts say. Girl, bye. And then there's a few likes, and of course, AAS and her troll account, Liz Martin, are both on there having something to say. AAS says, more 4-hour videos on women trying to threaten and intimidate women out of asserting their rights and speaking the truth. More epic fail at swag. What? And then it says, all of this behavior is a demonstration of weaknesses. These people tell on themselves every time they speak. Which sometimes I think AAS be trolling Breaking the Culture when she be using her troll accounts to talk shit, and it be, Breaking will think that, they're talking about Triggs or talking about somebody else, but really they be talking about Breaking, right? Because the only one in this situation whose behavior demonstrated weakness was Breaking the Culture. She has been the only one that threw Ray under the bus, tried to throw Ray under the bus, tried to lie on Ray, right? That has been shown now. And then when she did have fake receipts, she gave that fake information to who she thought would spread that information, right? And then she could get up and yell and scream and do a bunch of yelling around the information without having actually had her hands in actually spreading the information, right? The weakness comes on that point where she couldn't go live on her own show and present this quote unquote evidence that she claims is so real. And so, she's got all this shit on Ray, right? The funny part, and like I said, it seems to me as if, Liz Martin, which we all believe is AAS, even Breaking the Culture believes it's AAS. We all, we've got Liz Martin on here speaking in, in this term. And like I said, it almost seems like she's just telling Breaking the Culture about herself. Like she said, these people tell on themselves every time they speak. Every time Breaking the Culture opens her mouth, she literally, hold on, guys. Every time Breaking the Culture opens her mouth, right, she literally tells on herself. There are so many recordings now, and so many clips now of her saying that we've heard, we've heard the evidence. We've seen the evidence. We've heard the evidence, meaning like we have these recordings of Propane and other people who wouldn't even be her ops, right? But these are AAS's ops. It just, again, proves that she is completely in bed with AAS and has been all this time. It just makes you wonder how many other people's information has Breaking the Culture spent all this time looking up and trying to find out about people, all simply because these people just disagree with anti-Afro and the AFWs and what they do. This makes you wonder. Even AAS had said something really, what she said here, I didn't understand. She's saying more 4-hour videos on women trying to threaten and intimidate women out of asserting their rights and speaking the truth. Again, here we are with this distraction, right? Shout out to Alan for the $20 super chat. Truly appreciate that. You said AMS is a sociopath. Hold on 1 second. Is a sociopath and Breaking suffers from NPD. Birds of a feather. Facts. 100% facts. It don't make no sense. But AAS was saying here how, this was women trying to threaten women and intimidate women out of asserting their rights and speaking the truth. No, again, this was a conversation that Breaking the Culture of Silence and Stargate came up with, okay? Nobody stopped them from speaking what they claim is their truth and all this other stuff. They chose to jump out the window with lies, okay? Lies that can be easily debunked, okay? And because of that, this is why they are in the position that they're in. And I'm really curious to see how Breaking the Culture is gonna spin this, right? This is why I wanted to wait before I actually go over Ray's video. I'm going to be going over Ray's video point by point, and I also want to wait until Breaking the Culture does her video so I can go over that point by point as well and just kind of compare the two receipts. And that's if she actually does it, If she wakes up tomorrow sober and realizes that she done fucked up, okay, and we got her, okay, she can't get past this. Once she realizes that, she might not even, she might just delete her page. She might not go live at all, and just try to find some way to twist it and turn it on the Secktah as our fault for why she's not going live. She might even go on somewhere like Codefam or Stargate and just yell and scream and talk about my grandfather and, and everything else and, and just blame Ray for everything and just keep blaming him and just, cuss us all out and call us a bunch of niggers because we decide we don't agree. That's pretty much what I'm expecting to happen at this point, because like I said, these receipts she can't get out of. Okay. So, which is what brings me to this Mia Mines receipt, right? Where she was trying to, at first, trying to tell the Secktah. Yeah, well, she wasn't. She was telling the Secktah, and had Shakim all worked up and hyped up to be saying, we got the receipts, we heard them, we know what's going on, we got the receipts on me and mines and all this. Oh, it's over for you, Ray. All this other shit, right? Not realizing that Ray, already knowing what type of bullshit this bitch is on, right, decided to give her that fucking information. He talked that shit on purpose. And the people that he was talking about were already aware of it. They knew before it even happened. Okay. So he was talking that shit, had that conversation with her, and let that bitch talk the shit that she did and go in like she did on information that he has. Now, those are some things that he has not revealed to us, right? There's a lot of things that he has not shown us, that he has not told us about. He has only responded to her allegations, okay, to the things that she has said. He has not spread any additional information. He has not, given us any other information outside of what she has revealed to the Secktah, okay, or what she has told to the Secktah. And now he has brought the evidence to prove otherwise of what she's actually said. So shout out to him for handling it that way and not just jumping out the window and throwing all her information out and putting out everything that she has said. I am pretty sure, I'm almost certain that about 100%, 99.9% certain that you have some very juicy tea on this woman, on things that she has said about multiple people in this sector, including AAS, including Shakim, and all of that. But shout out to you for your poise and your patience on that, right? And not just jumping out the window and putting all that information out here. No, let this bitch hang her motherfucking self. You know what I mean? Because that's what she's been doing all the past couple weeks, literally hanging herself, right? Really, she's been doing it for the past month, because in the past month is when I started clapping back at that bitch. And it was because she was out here hanging her motherfucking self on different panels, going from panel to panel, talking shit and, saying stuff in regards to my son, in regards to my grandfather, in regards to my mom, all kinds of crazy stuff that's not even true, you know what I mean? But just saying this stuff. And so I finally clapped back at that bitch. But when I clap back with facts. Like, I clap back with shit that she can't deny. I clap back with shit that's actually true. You know what I mean? Like, and that the truth about her hurts a hell of a lot more than anything I could make up about this bitch. Like, some of this shit that I know about her, I wish I was making that shit up. You know what I mean? Like, especially about her sons and stuff like that. I wish that was like fake stories, but they're not. These are real life stories about her. And that's unfortunate. But that's the type game she liked to play with people on these YouTube streets, and then she ends up fucked up in the game. But shout out to y'all for even having the ability to have those conversations and talk about these things ahead of time. Because again, like I said, you already knew you couldn't trust this girl. You already knew what type time she was on. So you fed her a bunch of bullshit just to let her put that shit out there. And that bitch fucking fell for it. You dusty, dumbass, stupid ass, barely graduated college, barely graduated high school bitch, like real shit. You are probably the dumbest bitch I know besides Stargate on some real shit. Like, you and her are two in the same. Y'all are some stupid ass bitches, like real motherfucking shit. It don't make no sense how unintelligent you really are, right? And how you just don't think things through while you make decisions like you do. You've done this to so many people, it's not even funny. I had let go of a lot of things that had happened because, in all honesty, whatever you say about me, it doesn't matter. It's not factual, so it really is irrelevant. But at the end of the day, redemption is a beautiful thing. It really is. And oftentimes I find myself just, I will go and fight something in the spirit and I'll leave it alone, right? I'll let it go. I ain't got to go back and forth. I don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff. If once I throw out what I need to throw out spiritually at you, I'm going to just leave you right where you're at and let the universe finish you off, right? And that's exactly what I did in this situation with her. And the beauty of it is it came so full circle, right? Everything came back so full circle, even down to stuff that I had forgot about, right? Stuff that she had done and had said that had bothered me at the time. And I kind of laughed it off and gave y'all a video on it and then just moved on, right? That video that I'm talking about right now is Breaking the Culture had went on this campaign. Like y'all knew about the campaign of her trying to prove that I was this big, fat, dusty bitch that like I'm real big and burly and all this stuff. And the pictures that she had from this photo shoot weren't even worth, putting out because they were so horrifying and so awful and everything else, right? And then I had put up a video. She had posted pictures. At first, she tried to give the pictures to Darrell, and then she posted these pictures and tried to say that these pictures were raw footage of me, right? And I was like, girl, you fucking lying. That is not how I look, right? And I started posting. I posted a video of how in the same outfit, of me, the same day in the same building, and you can clearly see that I wasn't nearly as big as this bitch was trying to make me look, right? I mean, it was funny, and now that when I look back at stuff like that, I can laugh at that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is hilarious, actually. But shout out to Ray fucking Triggs, man. Shout out to that motherfucking guy. I got to show you guys a message that I got from him. And I know he's okay with me showing it because he actually told you guys about it. He had let you guys know about this message that he was going to send to me after the show. And he did that. And I want to share with you guys what he shared with me. Okay. Because it was just really interesting what he gave me. And I did laugh. I did laugh at it. He told me I was going to laugh. And I did. I really did laugh at this. But let me go ahead and see if I can pull this up real quick. Bear with me just a moment. I'm going to present this. Because, Ray, you are a funny dude, man. You are hilarious, dude. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's share this. So I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, you know what? I do have it up, but I got to remove the banner. Hold on, guys. Let me remove the branding real quick. Again, everybody hit the like button on your way in. I appreciate everybody for being in the building. Shout out to all the loungers. And again, shout out to Triggs. You know what? Let me just change it and do it like that. All right. Here we go. So let me go ahead and read this to you guys. It says, Breaking the Culture lied on your picture. She told me months later that she did Photoshop that picture in the green shirt. She had her friend Photoshop and stretch it out. If I did it, I wouldn't mind saying it because it was funny. She didn't tell me until months later about it. Shout out to Ray for that redemption, man. Because I'm telling you, I already knew any fucking way. Like, I know what the fuck I look like, right? I know how large or not large a bitch is and all this other shit. Like, you weren't going to convince me that that's how them pictures came out, right? But yes, child, Ray definitely let a bitch know that no, ma'am. Breaking the Culture even admitted to him that she definitely tried to get my pictures photoshopped so that she can present some bullshit to y'all. And why, to this day, I have no idea what reason Breaking the Culture had for trying to come at me, except for the fact that she was trying to do it for anti-Afro Svengali. That would be the only reason why Breaking the Culture would want to come at me. That would be the only reason why she would try or or anything. There would be no other reason. I've never done anything to this girl. I've never disrespected this girl. Never did anything. Like I said, she was at the time when that whole thing with Alan had came up, and with the scales thing, that was what she was trying to use to come for me. Like, you're not really my friend if you're in this man's chat and he's talking shit about me. And I'm like, this is so high school and so childish. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it ain't that deep. It wasn't deep enough where it was cause for all of this. No, she was looking for a reason to fall out with me, looking for a reason to, to add me to this list of bitches that she wanted to fall out with. And that's just what the fuck it was. It wasn't making sense to me because literally I wasn't doing shit to this bitch. I wasn't doing anything to her, period. But the bitch is crazy. Something wrong with her. And, like I said, it was just crazy to me that she went through these great lengths. I mean, she went through great lengths to try and disparage my name. Like, I'm talking about, we trying to set me up on some bullshit. What's up, Joe? I appreciate you being in the building. Trying to set me up on some bullshit. Trying to make it seem like I'm a hooker. It was just all this stuff. And it was like, for what, girl? Like, why do you spend all this time trying to disparage other people's names, like when you can spend this energy actually doing positive things in life, like getting into the lives of your kids, for instance, or doing something positive for them at least, or doing something better in your life so that their lives are better. Like, there's so many things that I can think of as a parent, right, to do other than this stuff that this bitch be doing. And like I said, it don't be just certain people. It be in multiple spaces, in multiple sectors that this bitch is doing this stuff, Ray Triggs' situation, what happened with him, is just a prime example of stuff that she does across the board, She gets close to you, she's cool with you, quote unquote, but the whole time she's trying to set you up, the whole time she's trying to gather information on you so she can give it to AAS. And like he said, it's because AAS pays her. She literally pays her. There's certain favors and stuff, certain habits and things that Breaking the Culture cultivates that Danny is not aware of and that Danny is not paying for. There's things, that she gets and certain favors that she gets from AAS, and AAS may cover her back and cover certain things for her that Danny is not aware of, or Danny is not knowing about, that Danny doesn't know about. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. And yeah, so AAS, she owes AAS this stuff because, this is kind of how AAS has her, she's got her by the balls. She's got her doing minion work for her because she offers money to her to do that. That's what broke bitches accept, they accept any old and every old thing. Broke bitches are the type that'll lay on their back for a Jewish man and get fucked, just to have a place to stay and just for her kids to have some, halfway decent life, while living with her. And then that's questionable too, whether they even live there. It's very questionable as well. But those are things that are kind of just irrelevant to all of this. The bottom line is, Breaking the Culture is a liar. She's been proven to be that. I'm not sure what she thinks, the sector is going to believe at this point, or why she thinks the sector is going to believe her, especially considering that me and Mines and then we're already aware of all of this stuff, that she had tried to spread as this bombshell and this redemption for Smoke and for all this other stuff, and added her spice to it and so forth and so on. I'm not really sure what her or Shakim would really expect the sector to believe after this. What do y'all honestly expect us to believe now, now that all of this stuff has been revealed after what y'all have claimed was receipts, right? And that leads to kind of like what I wanted to say to Shakim. What is the future of some of these relationships, right? Let's get into the relationship with Codefam first, okay? I honestly don't think there will be any changes in the relationship with Binary and breaking the culture. And I'm gonna tell you why. Binary loves controversy. That's just what he loves. That's just what he does. It kind of helps his channel thrive. This is what they enjoy doing. They like trolling people. They like talking shit. And lies are kind of what their show is about. You know what I'm saying? Narratives are what their show is about. You know. So I don't see any changes in the relationship with breaking the culture and Code Fam. As a matter of fact, I see that relationship getting stronger, right? But I do want to caution Binary on that, right? And I'm going to tell him why. And I know that, he thinks he's smarter than the average bear. And so I'm just going to, just let him be great. But at the same time, that's my boy. So I'm definitely going to tell him a few things or two. So, Binary, I want you to recall, right? Because you've been talking in riddles a lot lately, and you actually reminded the sector of a time frame that you had went through in the past couple of years where your job was actually being contacted, right? And how you're saying stuff like, I learned my lesson and I did this and I did that, everything else. Here's the thing, right? I never, ever, ever was on or in agreement that your job should have been contacted. I do think that you were wrong for the stuff you were doing. I think that the bait of the children, having those kids on your Instagram and using that information the way that you were, it wasn't right, right? But everybody has a family, they have a livelihood to keep up with. I really honestly didn't think it was worth you losing your job over, not this stuff that was happening. I don't think it was worth you losing the job over. So contacting your job, I think, was a lot. I think it would have been enough pressure to just be maybe threatening to do it, enough pressure to tell you, you need to get this shit down and stuff like that. And that would have been absolutely enough. It didn't have to go to the level that it did, right? But it did, and it was AAS that was clearly the one that was contacting your place of employment. I'm not really sure, if you think that AAS has changed over the, these past couple of years. But she hasn't. She's actually probably gotten worse than she was even then. So one thing about her, and two things for sure, as I even mentioned to some other people the other day, I'm going to say to you, AAS doesn't forget shit, okay? She don't forget a motherfucking thing. There's always a method to her madness, no matter what it is, no matter what's going on, no matter how it goes. Shout out to the next $20 super chat, Alan. Appreciate that. You said, lesson, if you got an occupation that can be F with over YouTube, stay faceless. Okay. Stay a faceless troll. Right. Appreciate that super chat. So here's the thing. She doesn't forget shit, Binary. Okay. She is not forgotten about her hatred towards you. She has never liked you. Okay. She has always been against you. She has always hated everything you stand for, everything that you are. You've been trying to put this AFW application in since at least 2020, and it has been rejected every single time. Okay. And I'm not sure what part of this you don't get, that this treacherous bitch that you have on your team. I'm not talking about Star. We'll get to her in a second. But even if we get to her, I'm talking about Breaking, right? This treacherous ass bitch that you have on your team. I'm not sure if you think that somehow she is going to treat you different than she's treated anybody else. But one thing for sure, zebras don't change their stripes, okay? Like a cheetah doesn't change its spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just always going to be what it is, okay? She is who she is, and she has been consistently that person across the board. And she particularly comes after people that AAS in this sector, that AAS doesn't like, that AAS doesn't fuck with, okay? And she always seems to fall right into this woman's playbook all the goddamn time. It never fucking fails. So, son, you've been warned, okay? You already are aware of what you're dealing with, what you're playing with, what type of fire you're playing with. You've already talked about how wonderful your lifestyle is, how you enjoy this life. You enjoy the job, you enjoy the family life, how things have been going, how things have been going so well. I would not let anybody or anything fuck with that. And I'm trying to tell you, that bitch is going to find a way. If AAS gives her the green light to come for you, that's what she's going to do. She don't give a fuck about your lifestyle, your kids, your family, your job, any of that shit. She does not care. That is clear because she has done that on multiple occasions in multiple spaces at this point. What are you going to do about that, binary? Are you going to keep that on your team and just keep letting that kind of stuff happen? Or are you going to do something about it? So that is what I think is going to happen with the future of Codefam and breaking the culture. I don't think there's going to be much of a change with that. I think binary loves to play with fire until he just finally gets burned. And then he realizes, like, damn, I shouldn't have played with that fire. So we're going to go ahead and let binary be great. Stargate is Stargate. We know she don't give a fuck. She don't have any moral compass whatsoever. So it just is what it is. This is what I'm thinking about the relationship with Shakim Ra, right? I see a heel turn coming very, very soon with them two. And the reason why is because, and I'm pretty sure there's some offline conversations happening between the two of them. I'm not, I can't confirm that or I can't deny that. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure there is some spicy offline conversations that are taking place between them. How I know this is because Shakim is not a dummy, right? Behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, he may be, this person and, talk a bunch of shit and do this and this and this. But behind the scenes, he will let you know about some shit. Like if he feels like something ain't right, you know what I mean? Or if he feels like, something's going on. He's gotten better, I'm assuming, at doing, that less publicly, right? But he will eventually go public with it if, you don't clean that shit up. I'm thinking Shakim is almost at his wit's end with this situation, right? How I know that is because every little thing that I'm saying or every little thing that other people are saying in opposition to their receipts, right, is literally bothering him to the point where he's stopping work to go live and address us about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's clear that we're touching some nerves, that we're stepping on some toes, because what we're saying is fact, right? You didn't present anything to the people. You gave us a bunch of flop, a bunch of fluff, and it was nothing that you gave us, right? Ray Triggs is the only one that made sense of these quote unquote receipts. He's the only one. He was also able to debunk lies that Breaking the Culture spread to you for you to give to the people, and you jumped out the window to do that, right? You don't have anybody to be mad at, Shakim, but Breaking the Culture herself and yourself, right? Particularly because you've already been set up by Breaking the Culture in the past on multiple occasions, okay? And so I'm not sure why, you're comfortable with being set up again, unless you're receiving some type of payment, right? Not sure if you are or not. I can't confirm that. I can't deny that. I don't know. All I know is that bitch got you looking dumb as fuck out here, okay? Because now, how could you spend any of these receipts that you claim were so factual and that you thought were so bombshell and that you thought was going to fuck up Ray Triggs' whole life out here in the real world and out here in these YouTube streets? Like, you are the one that jumped out the window with that bullshit, believing that. And it turned out that it was lies, right? So I see a heel turn coming at some point. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. But Shakim is going to get sick of this shit, okay? You ain't going to keep playing on his fucking name. You ain't going to keep playing on his panel. You ain't going to keep playing with this bullshit, knowing that you setting motherfuckers up to begin with, right? And he doesn't have that evidence yet. That's the part that's really going to turn the heel, right? Is when he gets the actual proof that breaking the culture is out here setting him up for the okie doke. Once he gets that, like he has it, but he doesn't, right? Like he needs tangible, actual God coming down and saying, breaking the culture is doing this to you, right? So he's going to have to see some actual proof of that, like an email, a text, or something where she's recently talking shit and recently trying to, do some fuck shit to him. That's going to come out. It's going to come out. And when it does come out, Breakin is going to think that most people in the sector aren't going to have his back over that, right? And it's going to be the opposite. I'm not saying that, people aren't going to come for Shakim and tell him, I told you so's and all that other stuff. I got all of that too, right? But the sector, for the most part, has had my back over my beef with breaking the culture. You guys have been very patient in allowing the facts to come out. And when the facts came out, everybody was pretty easy on, seeing the facts for what they were, and we moved on. And I think the same thing is going to happen with Shakim. I think people are going to be like, oh, I told you so, or, oh, you were dumb, and, and talk their shit. But ultimately, because of the history of this bitch, ultimately, I think people are really going to have his back on this situation. I don't think people are going to turn their backs on him. And I think that, he'll be able to recover from this. I definitely do think he will recover, or at least I hope he will anyway. But what I'm thinking he needs to do is most definitely just kind of leave her alone, just fall back. You know what I mean? Let her do her own receipt show. Let her present whatever she wants to present, and just let her do that on her own. Because like you've seen already, it's clear that she's been lying, right? It's clear that she's been making some shit up. It's clear that she's telling you stuff that's fibs. So instead of jumping out the window for her and not vetting her information, vet the information fully and then present it if it turns out to be true, right? Don't just present stuff because you don't like somebody and you don't fuck with Gray and all this other stuff because y'all were talking shit back and forth with each other. It's not that deep, man. Ain't nobody going to give me no fake information about somebody, even Breakin. Like I'm telling you, I've gotten information about Breakin that I know is fake. I've gotten information about her that I can't corroborate, right? And then, like I said, I've gotten information that I know is fake. And I refuse to put that shit out there. I'm not going to put no shit that's a lie on my name, right? And be out here telling y'all some shit and it turns out that shit's not even true. Like I'm not going to do that. It's not even that deep because when you do that, it makes everything else that you say look incredible. It makes everything else you say look like a lie. It really does when you do that, right? So it's best to just vet the information, look it over, and then present it as opposed to, all this bullshit, which, like I said, I'm pretty fucking sure that is pissing him the fuck off, okay? That is pissing that nigga the fuck off. I know, if y'all know Shakim, like I know that nigga, that shit right there has got him pissed, okay? And he's most definitely confronting her about that. And I'm sure she's filibustering behind the scenes, mansplaining that shit away and trying to explain and trying to twist it and turn it and make it seem like, no, it's not her fault and all this. But like I said, I'm looking forward to her next receipt show because the next receipt show is going to tell it all, right? It's going to talk about, first of all, it's going to give the temperature of where her emotions are with the facts that have come out. And then it's also going to tell, what she's going to do next, what she's going to talk about next. Because trust and believe, Ray's shit is locked and loaded and ready, Any lies that she tries to present, any lies that she tries to tell, he's ready and locked and loaded to give to her. And we're going to see how that turns out. Now, the future of the relationship with her and the AFWs. Let's talk about that. I also don't think there will be much of a change there because, again, that is another space where they like the drama, they love the controversy, they love the bullshit, okay? They can care less if somebody's life is destroyed, including the people on their own team, You know what I'm saying? So this is why I don't think there would be much of a difference in AAS's relationship with Breaking, unless there is some extra super bombshell information that Ray Triggs knows that he should not know, that only Breaking the Culture would have known, and only Breaking the Culture would have shared with him. Or, like, not that only Breaking the Culture would have known, but Breaking the Culture would have known from the AFW or from Anti, and she shared that with Ray, and then Ray then puts that information out to the people. He has already dropped a couple of gems on that, right? But not enough yet to shake the room. You know what I'm saying? It's just enough to shake AAS. She's already gotten some bombshells even from me, right? Whereas I've got a picture of her sister still on my community wall, right? That she gave to me. And shout out to Nikki for talking about that conversation. It was me, Nikki, and Josephine that she gave that goddamn picture to. Okay. I ain't got to make that shit up. Yes, we had that conversation with Breaking the Culture. I think it was back in, I want to say August. Because we were supposed to do this bombshell show on Anti-Afro in September, and we never did it. But yeah, that was when she gave us that photo of her sister. So AAS knows already that Breaking the Culture is out here snaking her, but a snake is a snake, and a snake loves snakes, and they be around snakes. And so I think that she's comfortable with being snaked, because she knows she can snake her too. And that's just what it is. And they just run around snaking each other. So, and then, like I said, the snaking part with AAS be funny because she be putting up these community lives. These community walks and stuff. And I think half of this shit she be saying, she be talking about Breaking the Culture. Like even with that alcoholic thing, I don't think she was talking about Ray. I think she was talking about Breaking. And then she had another one too. Let me look at this before I go into the comments. I am going to get into the comments real quick. But she had another community post as well that I want to look at. Knowledge is power only if you use it wisely, right? And then she said, hold on. Those with bad intentions are quick to force ownership of their own sinister plots onto others once their deception is revealed. Ain't that some crazy shit? It's like she be talking to Breaking the Culture when she be putting this stuff up here. Like she know that bitch be lying. She said, I was quiet, but I was not blind. Okay. She knew what the fuck was up. She knew what was up. Let's see what else she said. Here's another one. She says, the if I can't have you, no one will syndrome has no place on YouTube. Demons have become unglued and their pitchforks are melting. Ain't this some shit? She said, the truth is just that. The truth is just that and doesn't require a live stream based on the command of enemies. The damage has already been done. It is irreversible. Ain't that some shit how she said that? She was trying to say, like, yeah, she ain't got to go live because I already know what's up. Like, the damage is already irreversible. That is just so crazy. Like, they cannot spin or twist this shit at all. And AAS is always prepared to turn her back on any fucking body at any given time. I'm telling you, that's what she's going to end up doing. There's going to be some heel turns out here. At some point, it's not going to be for a while because right now she can still use Breaking the Culture. There's no reason to turn on Breaking the Culture right now. Right now, Breaking the Culture is her main heavy hitter. There really isn't anybody else that's going to do this bullshit for her, except Breaking. And so, she's going to try to keep her on her side as much as possible, without getting rid of her because it would be kind of stupid to get rid of her at this point. Let me go ahead and look over you guys' comments in the comment section. And again, shout out to all the super chats. Truly appreciate that. Clark was said, Ray was like the Return of Jedi. Child, definitely. Like I felt like I was watching a movie. I'm serious. You said Ray and drama shows most definitely were the shit. Oh wait, let me get into drama show. Let's get into drama show. I apologize, y'all. Before we get into the comments, I do have to get into drama show because this kind of leads into what has been happening to eyes lately, right? See, the pride always comes before the motherfucking fall. You understand me? Pride always comes before the fall. And Rev G has been walking around here extra haughty, extra high horse with his puffed up chest and puffed up pride, trying to act like they are so righteous, right? Breaking the culture too, been acting like they are so righteous in doxing people's information, looking up, taking time to look up people's information, not only theirs, but their family members' information. The bitch admitted to knowing who her mother was, her father, her kids, where she works, what time she clocks in, what time she clocks out, like all of this information, her address, the house, the neighborhood, like she had all that stuff, right, on this woman. Just to turn around and be acting like, I have the right to do this. This is for my protection. This is for my safety, because I am being stalked and I am being harassed online. And how dare, they harass me online like they are. And, these online, this online behavior has offline consequences, right? Well, ain't that a motherfucking bitch, Rev G? While you were doing a live stream talking about somebody's penis, right? At work. Clearly, you were at work, sir. All while you were on this live stream talking shit with your demon-filled chat. Shout out to Troll Gang in the motherfucking house, okay? Shout out to the Troll Gang in the motherfucking crib while you was on this motherfucking live stream with these goddamn demons in your chat and Troll Gang in your chat, okay? You, sir, forgot, because that's how the universe works, right? You, sir, forgot that your video was unmuted. And look who walks in the room and starts talking to you about work-related issues over there for reports for DHS. Sir. Now we know where you work, Rev G. And didn't I tell you that I was watching you, sir? I told you when I did the AAS video and I showed her MPI number and how we are holding her accountable for her shit, right? And I turned around and said, let me do a little bit of research on this man, because he has been doing the same amount of doxing and bullshit that this woman has been doing. Let me find out what's going on. And it turned out that you are a licensed social worker, right? And I said, because there are standards that a social worker is also held to, the same way that a therapist is held to. Yeah, there is. There's a code of conduct that you're held to because of, the type of work that you actually do. And it turns motherfucking out that you, sir, as you famously like to say, doxed yourself, right? It's funny how those motherfucking tables turn and how those tides turn and how when it's you, it's probably a different perspective, isn't it? Right? Is it okay for us now to start researching you and looking into your supervisors and attempting to find out what time you clock in and what time you clock out? Because according to that woman, she thought you had been gone for the day already. But you weren't, because you were too busy on live talking shit about people, using your job's resources to do that, using the state's resources to do that. Sir, how those tables have fucking turned. See, I keep telling y'all AFWs, y'all like to play checkers. We play fucking chess out this bitch, okay? And your dumbass, while playing checkers, done doxed yourself. Ain't that a motherfucking bitch? Shout out to Eyes Antonio, who will now be able to use your same logic on you, right? And your same logic on you, that breaking the culture shared with you. And so happily, like this was a badge of honor shared with you, and that you keep going back and forth talking about every single day on your channel. It's funny how it's AAS that's always in the mix of you when you get in some fuck shit with your job. Ain't that some shit, Rev G? Happens every goddamn time, to the point that you lost your job. One of the only people in this sector that actually lost your fucking job behind anti-Afro Svengali's bullshit. And how her bullshit has affected you, sir. What the fuck did I tell you the other day when I said, yes, you have a mental illness that you have shared with us, and congratulations on being able to tell us about it, right? But it is up to you to mitigate these issues. So if there is a problem that is bothering you on YouTube, it is up to you to find ways through your therapist to, or whatever you got to do for these life skills that you need in order to tune out of this shit, okay? Because clearly this is affecting your real life, okay? Yeah. It's affecting your real life so much that your own fucking logic that you have used against people like myself, like Eyes, and like other people in this sector, Nikki and other people in this sector, you have used these things against these people, are now these guns are turned around and blazing at that motherfucking ass. What you got to say, Rev G? How do you feel knowing that you trying to be a minion for anti-Afro Svengali has once again got you in some fuck shit? I wonder how your wife is going to feel after finding out that you've been reprimanded at your job once again behind YouTube. It's always you, Rev G. My, how them tables have turned. Because it turns out it don't look like you a supervisor at your job. Yeah, it don't look like you a supervisor at your job. See, Eyes is the supervisor, okay? While you trying to call up there and you trying to get her fired because she disagrees with your dusty, toothless ass, right? Now, niggas can call your job and speak to your actual supervisor. And guess who your supervisor is? The state of Missouri. The state of Missouri is your supervisor, son. Like, come on, bro. Come on, son. Come on. Y'all niggas got to get up earlier than this, okay? Y'all got to get up earlier than this to fuck with the people the way that y'all have been. Let me get in these comments, though, but I'm just saying, bro, that is your fault. That is your fault. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you at all. I feel sorry for your wife. I do, because I don't think she would be expecting this, But I'm telling you, you have done so many disparaging and ridiculous things that energy came right back to the host that it belongs to. Like I said to y'all, when you send out negative energy into the universe, you better be sure that you have a good reason to be doing that. Because if you don't, I promise you that energy is going to return, because energy must return to a host. It has to come to a host. Okay? So if that host that you send it to is not deserving of that, it's going to return to you. That's just what is going to happen. Okay? So while you've been trying to contact Defrauding's job, while you've been trying to contact I's job, Nikki's job, and all these people, Carrie's job, and all these people, look who's about to get their job called. What's up, Stephen? I appreciate you being in the building. Look who's about to get their fucking job called, my guy. Wow. 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 Yep, sir. I told you. You are going to be held just as much accountable for your fuck shit as AAS has done, because both of you have committed crimes against the people. You understand? You three, you, AAS, and now breaking the culture of silence are all in this paddy wagon together. Okay. And now y'all got the consequences to face for it. It just is what it is. And it's unfortunate for you. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of the comments here. And again, I do appreciate everybody who is in the building. Let's see here. You said Redbone, thank you. Ray said that. Beautiful says, I definitely need to catch Triggs live. Yes, for sure. And again, like I said, I'll be going over it and pulling up my parts of, what I want to go over, probably the whole video. And then, I also want to hear Breaking the Culture's epic receipts tomorrow. Okay. Epic receipts. All right. Epic receipts. Okay. We want to see that tomorrow. But yes, that was a fire live stream that Ray did. So definitely go check that out. Let's see. Everybody just saying hi to each other. And RNT, yes, it is a safe space. Glow says, I'll give you a loaner vest for you to wear, child. Everybody need a vest out here. I Am Human says, I'm thinking Breaking the Culture's got the info from AFW. I'm sure she did. Ray says, my opinion. And my opinion says, damn it, let me get my nosy ass in the shower. Redbone, see you tomorrow, my honey bunnies. And then, let's see, y'all are telling me y'all can hear me. And Clark says, see, they know everything, okay? He said they didn't have receipts. Either that was tangible visually, therefore it's 1-to-1, though figuratively is a different story. Facts. Didn't have any receipts at all. Alan says, Breaking ain't doing no video. We're going to see what happens. I'm curious to see if she does it. If she does, like I said, it's just going to be a whole bunch of yelling and screaming and fuck Nikki, fuck T-Pre, fuck T-Pre's granddad, and fuck all, like that's what she's going to say. And then, she's going to talk about, eyes and her edges, and, that's pretty much what she's going to talk about, and how we're all jealous of her. We're all jealous of Star, and how she is always going to be friends with AAS. And Ray Triggs ain't shit. And I could pretty much predict what the video is going to be about, and that we're all derelicts if we believe Ray. And for anybody that believes Ray, she just don't fuck with us. And, we ain't shit. And, what did I mention? My grandfather. Yeah, she'll come talk about him. That's all she's going to talk about on this video tomorrow. She damn sure ain't going to present no receipts or no evidence of anything. And, that's pretty much what's going to happen. So we'll see what happens, though. You said, geez, they suffer from something. Okay. What's good, Alan, is what the fraudin said. Clark said, they were trying to body shame you for no reason. Like I said, she is so ugly on the inside. Yeah. And it was like, okay, like I already know what I look like. You know what I'm saying? I already am very secure with my shape and with my size and how I look and everything. I'm very secure with that. So, yeah, Shakim, that is a Photoshop picture. But Shakim, you know that already. It's not like you haven't seen me in person and wasn't telling me how much of a fucking snack a bitch look like, okay? Like, boy, stop it. You know that picture ain't me. But, yeah, I don't know why I guess she thought she wants people to feel, it's almost like she wants women to feel as horrible about themselves as she feels about herself. And you can't just force something like that. You can't make somebody feel bad about themselves. It's just not going to happen, But I don't know. I guess she thought that was going to work on me. You said, and AMS ran with those fake pics. Sure did. AAS did. Shakim did. But the thing about Shakim is he knew that was fake. Like I said, he done already seen how I look. So yeah, he knew that shit was fake. Clark said it was obvious that the photo was manipulated, and them talking about what shoes you were wearing made no sense. Yeah, like I mean, what's wrong with Jordans? You know what I mean? We in New York, sis. We wearing a sporty outfit, of course, and we were supposed to change into different outfits too, which never happened, by the way, because it was a whole fake setup from the flop. It was a whole fake setup to begin with. That's why the photographer and all that shit was a setup. You said, "Well, what's up, Joe? Appreciate you." Fabrication gate, not Watergate. Okay, that's all we've been getting out here, defrauding. And you said, "Hey to Joe." You said, "Hey, baby daddy." You said, "LOL, love you." Y'all too. Don't y'all get that shit started in this chat now. Everybody gonna think y'all together and shit out this motherfucker. You said, "I don't do fuck shit." Yet when I said some patterns and timing. Definitely my opinion. You said, "Hi, T Pre." Keeping it plain says, "Hey, T Pre," and chat, what's happening? Keeping it plain. I appreciate you being in the building. Carmen52 says, "Hey to Josephine." Alan says, "She was mad at you because we was cool, T Pre. I peeped her as a snake from jump. She hated that." And you did. That was definitely something you did. You always called her out, and you did that publicly, and she didn't like that me and you were cool. Yeah, but that was just childish how she acted with that. Very childish. What's up, Ashe? You said not only did she Photoshop the pic, but she also maligned you for your skin color and features, spoke ill of your children, and besmirched your overall character. Definitely did. Definitely did. And it was funny about the skin color too, right? Because even that photo, she tried to make that photo darker than what I really am. You know what I mean? And it's like, not that I would have a problem with being darker. You know what I mean? But for some reason, she thinks darker is bad. Darker skin is not a good thing. That is something to be disrespected. That is something to be made fun of. Is dark. She wanted to make me out to be this big, dark, black, dark-skinned woman. You know what I mean? And that was supposed to be the joke. She doesn't get how weird that is coming from somebody who claims to be a biracial, and also who was fucking a Jewish man, But overall, those are things that I honestly forgot about. Like, I was over it. I know how the fuck I look. I know my dude ain't got no problem with it, right? Shit, like, I ain't never had no complaints. I do got 6 kids, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I really don't think it was an issue, but it was just nice to get that from Ray. So shout out to Ray for giving me that information. And you said peace to Kip. Karma says peace to Kip as well. Ashe says, how you a hot wife calling somebody a hoe? Okay, and comfortably calling herself a hot wife too. That's the crazy part about it, right? Keeping it plain says Alan, facts, bro. And then Alan says, trying to tell him. Oh, tried to tell him, right? What's up, Mikey? Great show today, Mikey. I'm gonna tell y'all. I want to go. Oh shit! You know what? I ain't gonna be able to find it right now. But I wanted to go, and everybody just go over to Mikey's page. Make sure that you subscribe, and make sure that you hit the like button. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go over there real quick because I want to read something that was on his channel. It says, "Train your mind to hear what God is saying instead of what the enemy is shouting." Okay. Shout out to Mikey 1F23. I really appreciated that on his channel. It's just happened to be a thumbnail that he has on a video that he did for a live stream, Game Live. But that made so much sense, Mikey, and I really, really liked it. But again, I want to say it again. Train your mind to hear what God is saying instead of what the enemy is shouting, okay? Shout out to Mikey for that. Definitely appreciated that message. Let me go back up a little bit so I can get to all of the messages. Okay, so where was we at? Okay, we're right here. Okay, and then Keeping It Plain says, Alan, I know if they could mess my contracts up, they would, but they can't. Exactly. That's what they want to do. They just want to, just hurt people and mess with people's lives and stuff. And it's for what? Like, this is why y'all getting the energy back that y'all getting. Ashe says, I bet she got so much dirt on breaking the culture that it's not even funny. Can you imagine how much info Squidward shared with Griselda, especially when she hits that sauce. Okay, child, I can only imagine because I know stuff about her myself that I haven't shared with y'all. You know what I'm saying? That she's told me. So I can only imagine what AAS has on her. If them two ever turned on each other, I could only imagine the fuck shit that would come out in these motherfucking YouTube streets, y'all. I could only imagine if them two ever turned on each other and ever decided to start telling each other's motherfucking tea, man. For real. You said Kip, Alan says, Kip, they would if they could. You know it. Keeping it plain says, Alan, facts, bro. And then Alan says, Raw gonna cook her off. That I'm certain. Of that I'm certain. Me too. I'm pretty certain that this heel turn is coming pretty damn soon from Ra. I'm pretty sure. He ain't gonna keep letting that bitch disrespect him like that. He ain't gonna keep letting her lie on him and make him look stupid as fuck out here. The same way that same shit happened before. He was tired of looking dumb, and this whole shouting to the void thing not coming to fruition and her not, coming through with her promises and stuff like that. And I know that I know he's seeing and feeling that again. I feel like he just doesn't want to be disappointed and doesn't want to believe it, right? Either that or he's getting paid. Like it's one or the other, you know what I'm saying? And then, he's gonna turn on that ass for sure. He is definitely gonna turn on that motherfucking ass. Ashe says Griselda had few personal reflections to add to Rev's live on small dick energy. Hard to really talk about D when you ain't getting none. Okay. She ain't getting small dick, big dick, nothing. You said ain't nobody turning on Ra over Squidward's lying ass. And ain't none of us gonna turn on Ra over that. That's it. We might give him, a little hell to pay real quick. Like I told you so, motherfucker and shit. I mean, shit, I heard that shit too. You know what I mean? But nobody turned on me for sure. Nobody did that. You said Ashe, AMS is way too concerned about men's genitalia like it's foreign to her, and you know it. Okay? Shit. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I read the message, Ashe. I don't know if that message is up there or not, but I did read that message. That was funny. Chat Live said, I think she was talking about P. Oh, okay. Ashe said, one good long. Oh, we'll set that hoe straight. Alan says, Ashe, you talking about the HK treatment? Sorry, I can't take that ride. You know what? Ashe said, please, my man, she need to see why Alamair made her a woman. You know what? He said AMS still has Poison Reloaded, but I think he's dealing with the law right now. Yeah, I don't think he really wants to get as involved in that as they think he does. He might talk shit and jump up every so often, but I don't think it really be, that deep. What's up, Poetic Flacco? I'll get to y'all in a second. Ashe says, just sage that cat to exorcise the demons and remove the cobwebs and give it to her like Shango. Defrauding said, God is good all the time. He said, cause and effect. Okay. Ashe, you said, I can't go for that. Oh, no. No can do. I can't go for that. Okay. Keeping it plain said, call the nigga job. Okay. Call that nigga motherfucking job. As a matter of fact, let's see. I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that. You said, oh, God. The frauding says, how you doing? You said, you doxed yourself, Rev G. No one else. Exactly. What's up, Stefan? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, hey, T-Pre and Loungers. I ain't seen you in a while either. Hope you're doing well. You know what? I got to give you back your wrench, as a matter of fact, too. So I'll be sure to do that. Matter of fact, I can do it right now. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta give Stefan back his wrench because I was been supposed to have done that like months ago. I'll be forgetting because I won't be seeing you around sometimes. So let me get you this wrench, homie. Yes, the Edge Police child. Hold on, let me make sure this is the real Stefan first, because We be having phantom accounts around here, right? All right, Stefan, let me get you that wrench now. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Cause yeah, sir. You don't always be around. And we've been over that beef, so let me get you. We get you back your reg. All right, so you are a standard moderator, sir. All right, Stefan. So you got your wrench back. Shout out to Stefan. He back in the loungers. All right. So you said Spotum and Kid Code both got some raggedy jobs, but yet Rev Palmer was the only one to get fucking fired. Okay, that's what I'm saying. He about to get fired again. Ain't this some goddamn shit? Damn shame, man. He said Clark said defrauding charlatans. How you doing? In my Wendy Williams voice. Okay. Karma said, hey, Stefan. And Chat Lives Matter says Stefan shows up the same day as General D. Ain't that something, y'all? That was very interesting to see General D come out the clouds like that. He said, Clark, do you know it? And Flacco's here tonight, too. Ain't this some shit? They've been something in the sector, man. It's been something around here. You said, hey, to Karma. He said, that boomerang effect, child. Defrauding said, it's not unfortunate. This is order in the universe. It was supposed to happen this way. He was ordained and he plays in God's face. Facts. Defrauding said, my job will be elated to be contacted by his job to verify my identity and my claim. Mm-hmm. Stefan says, the Edge police. Defrauding says, he gloated about we had his side hustle, though the main job, we were going to have to work for that. Nope, just be patient. God reveals all things in due time. Amen, brother. Amen. God will show the truth. The universe has a way of bringing facts around for it to be shown to everybody. And when it's shown, you can't refute it. And that's just what it is. So shout out to the gods and peace to the gods for all of that. You said, what's done in the dark always comes to the light. Okay, honey? Miss Murph said, I knew that picture didn't look right because you weren't that big in the picture you took sitting at a restaurant table. Exactly. We were at this. It was the same day. Like, it was the same goddamn day. I was not only taking pictures, but we were on video. And I was taking the video and stuff. And I went back and forth between me breaking and the photographer and stuff like that. You can see clear as day the size of me. Like, stuff like that is real easy. And even if I was, like, I would just say, yeah, I'm a big fat bitch. What you gonna do about it? My niggas still, I ain't gonna say what my niggas still do, but he do, okay? Shit. But anyway, he ain't got no problem with it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I ain't no skinny bitch, but I damn sure ain't looking like that. So, but yeah, that was crazy. And it's just amazing how she thought that is how you disparage a Black woman. You know, you talk about her size, you talk about her skin color, you talk about her hair, you know, all the stuff that she could. And then she realized I don't have low self-esteem, so that shit ain't gonna bother me. Then she started talking about my kids, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I came for that bitch. When that bitch came for my son and came for my daughter, that's when I went on a campaign about that bitch. And that's what it is. And I don't feel sorry for that at all. And them fucking videos gonna stay the fuck where they are. They're going to stay public. Honey. I get a couple views every day on them videos. I got people talking about them in other sectors and everything. Shit. Child. Don't play with me. You said, Chat Live says, Stefan Gattano, make sure you have it on all chat. You said, she must be behind on the chat like eyes. You know I'm always doing that. You said, thanks, Chat Lives. You said, where did General D appear? He went, he got on Drama Show. He came on the very tail end of the show. He got up there. So, yeah. He said, General D minded his business. Leave that man alone. Why you say that? He came up there to speak to us. He came out to speak to us. You must have missed it. And what's up, Flacco? You said, LOL. You said, Poetic Flacco, when you going to introduce them dudes in LA to StreamYard? You said, Chat Lives Matter. StreamYard, antiquated, Brody. Antiquated. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of StreamYard my damn self because I get tired of how this shit lags like it does. And sometimes I gotta go and use it on a different device. Like it's fine on my phone or on my other device, but on this laptop, I'm always having a problem with that shit. Don't make no goddamn sense. Anyway, guys, I think we're about done with all this. Like I said, I am going to do a future video where we actually talk about everything that Ray was talking about on his video. We're also going to talk about if Breaking the Culture does this actual receipt show. We're going to talk about that and see what she actually brings up, what she actually says, what actually happens, and so forth. But again, it's going to take the hand of God, okay, for me to believe anything that this bitch has to say, because it's just really hard to believe her on anything that she says, because it's clear that she be lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never heard of anybody lying to the level that she be doing. And at this point, I just think it's ridiculous. And I really don't want to deal with it anymore. Like, I honestly don't really want to talk about her no more because she's just old and dead. But at the end of the day, we'll go ahead and we'll figure out what's up. Um, we'll pretty much figure out what's going on and whether or not anything is actually happening with her, or and whether or not she has any real receipts to give to us or not. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't think she does. Hold on, guys. Of course, I don't think she does have anything, but we're gonna see, right? Because she claims she does. She claims she's got some stuff to give to us, right? She claims that she's got information that we can use, and we're gonna actually see. But in the meantime, guys, I'm going to end the show here. I do truly appreciate everybody for being in the building. Make sure that you guys do hit the like button on the way out. And guys, I will talk to you guys later. Again, I truly appreciate you all. And peace, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of pee tonight.
That nigga said, what to talk about? Now, well, I've wasted all my tears. Yeah, could that be? Wasted all those years. Well, if you need a soundboard. Nothing had the chance to be. I know that shit. Nothing ever could. Yeah. Hey, come on now. I dropped this motherfucker. What is that? I'll keep moving on. Squad. I'll keep moving on. I'll keep holding on.